hope the sound's a little bit better today. Just get myself sorted here. So, hi everybody, it's Francine here. It's lovely to see you all today. Now, I'm really hoping the sound is working. I've been working really hard on it, and I had some great friends, Melanie Harris and her husband in Ireland, that helped me sort out the little issues that I was having. So I do hope it's much better today. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to make a bouquet today, but I'm going to be using the aluminium wire. I'm also going to be using some gold Lotus Pods, and I'm going to be using it on a frame. But I'm going to show you a few little tips. I've been getting a few questions about some tips along the way, so I'm going to show you some of those. Now I might just have to move that camera up a little bit. I'm sorry about this. I just moved it up a bit, just so you can see what I'm doing. That's better, now you can see me. So I'm going to do this bouquet, but a few people have been asking some questions, so I'm hoping I can answer those for you. So first of all, I've got the aluminium wire here. So the secret with this is I've used a whole roll in something that I've made, but all I did was get a roll, and it's great when you want to get rid of some of the old wires that you've got, and it's so easy on your hands, and you just twist it round and you scrunch it and you move it, and you just keep going round and round and keep twisting as you're going, and it's so soft. Every now and then just put it on the table and press it down flat, and then just keep going and twisting it into itself, just working your way through. And use the whole roll, or depending on what shape you want. Well, I'm going to do a trailing bouquet, so I decided that I really wanted to have one that was trailing. So what I've done is I've done a whole piece like this. So when I put it down the table, you can see it like that. It's really quite neat. But I'm also going to do an asymmetrical bouquet. So what I thought I'd do is to make a support for it. I've got here a small copper wreath. These are great to use, copper coated. They're really good. So I thought what I'd do is I'm going to make a handle for it. I don't need that. I'll put that on the floor. So I've got here my 4 pieces of stub wire. Now, what I've done here is I've used some stem text. This is the brown paper tape, wax tape, and I just put on the end, and I prefer to use this because it's natural. It's not the plastic one, and I find it's sticky. So whenever I'm doing something, it holds to each other. So, and then I just go down the wire like so, and spin the wire, not the tape. So you just keep working your way down. So I'm spinning this, and I'm pulling the tape down on an angle. So it's a really easy way of doing it. Then I'm going to get my 4 pieces together, like so. And then I'm going to come halfway down and tape the 4 pieces together. So these have got no taping on them, or aren't taped together, but these 4 are, and this is forming the handle. Now, a few of you have seen me do this before, and I make these all the time when I'm doing different designs and different structures. It gives me a really good base to what I'm doing, and it's really simple. And I have these ready for whatever I'm doing, so that they're already pre-done, and I can just grab them when I'm making things in a hurry. So that's my handle. Just run the hand up and down, and because it's sticky and waxy, it'll hold it. Then what you do is you fold your 4 arms out, like so. Bring your 4 arms out like this. And then I put it down on my table. I find it much easier. Then I get my wreath frame, and I just bring that over, and then I'm going to just line it up and then twist them in. Twist them around your frame, line it up again, and then do the same here. Just work your way around. These are probably a little bit long. I probably could have cut them, but that's okay. And then bring the other ones down, come across onto the other. So you've got quarters. If I'm doing a really heavy bouquet, I might put in an extra arm. If you haven't got a copper wreath frame, you can make a circle out of wire and then do the same technique. You can use 16 gauge wires, good, even 18 gauge will be fine. But all I'm doing here is I'm just making my frame so that it's going to hold like my little base for what I'm doing. So it's nice and simple, really easy to make, and it looks kind of effective. But the reason why I've done that is because of the flowers that I'm going to be using, and I want to make this asymmetrical, so I want to have it so this is just going to come out to one side like so, and I'll bend the wire around the frame, just wrap it around. So there's not a lot of overthinking with this bouquet frame. Just wrap the aluminium wire around so you're happy with the way it's going to hold onto your frame, but I'm offsetting it. I don't want like the whole thing covered in this wire, and you'll see why once I've actually started putting the flowers in. Just move it like this, bring it down like that, bring that piece down there like that. So now I've got a really cool bouquet frame. Really, really simple, just using the wire. Now, if you want to make it more rustic, you can use a fine wire too, or the aluminium, and cover it with jute, shredded jute. You can cover it with shredded flax, formium, and just bind that onto the wires. You can do it with wool, twine, any materials that you want. You can cover over your wire if you're wanting more of a rustic one. But I want to bring the gold in for something that I'm making. So that's why I'm doing this little structure here. So now that you've made that, put that to the side for the moment. The next thing I've got is I've got some Lotus Pods here. These are new, so people have been asking me, when is your new stock coming in, Francine? Well, I've got all my Lotus Pods. I've got, what else did I get in? I've got some cotton twigs. They're fantastic. I've got all sorts of bits and bobs, so have a little look. But yeah, I do like these. So I got these in a really nice antique gold and also in the whitewash, which is yummy. And then all I'm going to do is use a kebab stick, pop it to the side of the stem. Now, I would hot glue that on, but because I'm doing this here with you today, I didn't plug the glue gun in. But you can also use the cold glue and just go around onto the pod and onto the stick. And that'll take about 30 seconds for it to harden off. And so I'll just put that to the side. So I've got 5 of these little pods done. So I'll put that one to the side here. Now, the next thing I've been getting asked is, Francine, how do you take the thorns off roses? Well, of course, we've got rose dethorners, but people are like, well, how on earth do you use them? Well, I've got 2 here today. I've got my steel ones, which I prefer, but I've also got these ones here, which you can just fold in your hand like this and run that up and down the stem. So I'll show you how to do one. I've been out and collected some flowers from the garden, and I've got this gorgeous yellow David Austin type rose here. So if I'm using the steel, and why I like these ones is I can come down the side. Some of them, they want you to come that way. Well, I skin my knuckles onto the thorns, so I prefer to keep my hands away from it. And I just run them up and down the stem and just take that off. Just rip them off there like that. Saves a lot of time. Now they're nice and clean, and it hasn't damaged the stem. The secret is, don't put it on super tight and squeeze really, really hard, because you'll take all the layer off here, and we don't want that. We just want to remove the thorns. If you wanted to use one of these ones, they're still quite good. These are good to do like on other plant material too, like chrysanthemum stems, you know, have all the foliage on, or and you just run it up and down the stems like that. But do it away from you, and that'll get it off, and just spin the stem as you're doing it. So that's how you use these ones. I myself prefer these ones, but they're really good. So now I've prepared all my roses. I've got quite a few here. I've got a nice selection of plant material today. So I've got these gorgeous, I've got some buds. Got another couple of stems of these lovely roses here. So I've just had a put, and I thought, oh, it's a bit dreary overseas at the moment and down around the bottom of the South Island with a bit of the weather. So I thought I'd just do some colour to brighten a day. And today I've got a friend that's having a bit of a rough time today, and I just want her to know that we're thinking of her, and that's Ginny and Bert in Virginia. Our thoughts are with you both, and Ashley and I love you dearly, so just look after yourselves over there. So just know we're thinking about you today. So I've got those there, and then I've got here some gorgeous gold dahlias. I've been and picked some nice dahlias. I've just had 3 stems of these, which are perfect, of the Xandadicias, which are going to go perfect in my frame. And I've got some Anagasanthus, which is actually the kangaroo paw. For my friend Mardu in Australia, I've got some kangaroo paw Mardu, so I've got that there, and of course my Nandina. Now this is a gorgeous Nandina. People are asking me what to plant in the gardens, well, I always look for the different plant materials that are going to match, and I like this Nandina. This is Nandina pygmy, and it's a fabulous little, it's the dwarf bamboo, and I just love the colours that are in it, with the golds and the lime greens and a hint of red. It's quite rustic. So I'm going to base up with this first. So what I'm going to do is hold my frame. Now I thought maybe I might do this for people that can't hold on to all their flowers when they're designing. So I'm going to be working this on this side, so you can do this and just tuck it in onto the side there and hold it to the handle like this. But if you're struggling, you can do it on the top of a vase. So you can put your frame into a vase and thread your flowers in, and then you just pick it all up when you're done, and then you've got it all ready. So, but I'll do this in my hand, but that's just showing you another option if you're struggling to hold all the flowers. So I've got some more of the Richmond here. What's this one? Crikey, I just said what it was. The Nandina, sorry, having a moment. So I put the Nandina in there. I'm going to tuck it down nice and low. Keep it nice and tight like that. I'll put one more piece in down here as well. Just tuck it in nice and low. Pull it down really, really tight. So we've got that nice rustic look here. Nice and free-flowing with the gold coming through. And then I thought what I'd do is I'm going to use some of my, of the Xanthidicias. So I'm just going to poke it through the foliage. Poke it through. And the beauty about your structure, why I like using structures, I can take it down here, pop it under the wire, fold the wire over without damaging the stem, just fold it over and put it in like a little cage, and it holds it into place. So that looks really effective. But I need to give it a little friend down there so he doesn't look lonely. So we'll give him a little buddy. Put this one down here. Just don't step it up where it's even, just sort of offset it a bit. So I'll bring this over, make a little hook for it, tuck it in there, and just fold that one over. And that'll hold it into place. So you can see how simple that is to do. And then I'm going to bring another one right up into the back, up into here. Put this one up here. So I might just move. I've got a little bit more Nandina here. I need a little bit more, I think. Let's put a little bit more here. That's what I want. I was going to put a little bit back here into that little gap. Now, other options you can do with this is you can use your hydrangea, taking them down low, but I really wanted to use the foliage today. So then I'll put a little bit more in there just to support that one. So I'll bring that one to the back, just poking it through the frame. Now I'm going to use some of my gorgeous roses. So put them in, poking it in to the frame. What else have I got here? I'll get another little one here. Oh, itchy nose now. Put another one in here. Tucking that down. So I'm going to give it a nice little half round over the top here so it doesn't sit flat and tight. Don't strangle your flowers. That's another thing. Some people tend to strangle them. I'm going to start putting a few just into this grid on this side. So put a few in here and that'll help hold the flowers where I want them to go. So bring that in. Just a nice grouping of those roses in here. And I've got some little buds. So I'm going to bring a few buds in here as well. Again, poking it through. So you're starting to bring it in. Now put another one down and through here. Pop that one in through there like this. And I just love that gold coming through. Then I've got another one here. I'll put a couple of the little buddies. I want to still be able to see this gold coming down in through the design. So that's why I'm doing it more with that, being able to show that little bit off there, a bit of bling. A couple more of these in through here to bring my eye back. Again, keeping them up, don't strangle them. Want to be able to see them coming up, supporting them, like this. And nice structure there. And then I'm going to use some of my dahlias here, but I'm going to cut them down just a little bit. Take the foliage off. Pull that one off there. Put a little bit out through this side here. Take them in. Put that one down in through the side. You can see the dahlia going in. Pull it gently in through the back here, like so. Just pull it through till you're happy with the way it's sitting. And the foliage is going to nestle it in and hold it into place. Get rid of that foliage. I'll put another one down in through here. Pop that one in there. Pull it down. Let's take that one off there. A couple more. Just so I'm doing groupings of these flowers. So I'm going to put another one down and through over here. Tuck that to the side like this. It's just starting to look rather gorgeous, and you can sort of see how we're starting to get a nice shape when we're doing it. I'll put a couple little buddies of the dahlias in here and put the friends together. Get my buddy in there. It just brings them in through. So we've got that, and you can sort of see this here is just adding quite a nice look. And you can make this, like I say, any colour this framework. So just have a bit of an experiment with that. Now I might put in some of the anagasanthes or the kangaroo paw. So I just put a little bit of this in. I'm going to put this on this side. Again, feeding it through your fingers. You can sort of see I've got my hand quite relaxed when I'm doing this, so I can feed it in, find out where the stem is, and then just pull from the bottom until you're happy with the way that it's sitting. It's giving a little bit more contrast of textures in there. And then I might see if I like the way that's... Oops, I'm just dropping all my Lotus Pods now, so I'll just pick them up. Oh, There we go. So I've got my Lotus Pods done here. Now I'm going to put in some Lotus Pods. Just put the Lotus Pods in, that little bit of shine, a little bit of bling coming in. Take some down low. So you put one in low, because you don't want it to go dot, dot, dot. Make sure I'm happy with the way that's sitting. Pop that one in low. But I'm going to put one over the top to it. It gives gradation to what you're doing, a bit of depth, and layer them back in there like this, and it looks so much nicer. And then I'm going to put another one on this side. Put that one in through there. Pop that one in there like this. So we've got our Lotus Pods. I don't think I want to put 5, and I might just put in the 4. I think that looks enough what I'm doing there. Straighten this up to make sure you're happy with the way it's going. Not too far out. Move that over just a little bit more. And that's how you actually make your nice rustic bouquet. I'll move these out of the way, and then I like to finish off with underneath. I don't like to be able to see the underneath, so these might be a little bit big. I normally use Fats Hetera, but I've got Aurelia Fatsia Japonica here. But when I put it in, don't put them in that way. Turn them upside down and put them in underneath, back to front. So when you're looking underneath, you see the backs of the leaves. It looks so much nicer. So I'll move my hand around and put them in through the back. Turn the bouquet, make sure you're happy with the way that that's sitting. Move that one up just a little bit more like this. Tuck that around. I've got another little one here. Put another one in. Probably only need, what do I need? Maybe one more. Put another one down and underneath here. So when you're doing it, just turn this around. So bring another one in underneath the back here, like this. And that looks so much tidier. Oops, dropped something. That looks so much tidier and underneath by having your bouquet like that. Now I've got some paper coated wire here. I'm going to use this to tie it off. And my Auntie Pat, she turns 80 today. So happy birthday, Auntie Pat. Pretty special day for her too. So just lay it onto the table very carefully. The frame is supporting the flowers, so they're not going to get broken. Right, move that round. I've gone round twice with my tying, so now that's tied off. And then I'm just going to get my snippers, and I'm just going to snip these on an angle. I should actually use my heavy cutters, but I've moved them somewhere. Cut these on an angle. And now we've got a really nice bouquet. And it's quite a rustic one, this one, but with that little bit of bling and the gold here coming through to the gold and the Lotus Pods. It's a really nice way to make a nice bouquet, something a little bit different, either as a wedding or a gift. If you wanted to, you could bake these and put these even on the tables, just whatever you decide to do. So I thought I'd show you that one today, making the structure out of the wire, but again, at a jute, whatever you've got. Use up some of your old aluminium and cover it. It looks great. Gives another texture, a bit more colour. And that's just a bit of bright yellow, just to brighten your day today. So I hope that was much better today with the sound. And I want everyone to have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves out there. And I'll post up a picture of this soon so you can get a closer look. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you next week. Fred might be back on Tuesday. He's got another technique he wants to show you. So we'll see how we go with that. Bye for now.